Hi, I'm Jane Velez Mitchell with Jane Unchained. And here at Jane Unchained, we often talk about how animals and people are exploited for luxury goods. Well, the very people who are walking around dripping in fur that is often, well, it's always ripped from innocent animals, are the same people often dripping in diamonds, blood diamonds, that are really the result of horrific exploitation, often of children. And Amnesty International just came out with a scathing report saying that these exploited children can be as young as 11 years old. I am very, 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 very delighted to introduce today a woman who is trying to change that. Her name is Lisa Bissell, and she is the CEO of an extraordinary company called Pure Grown Diamonds. And Lisa, tell me how your company is offering a lab-grown alternative to the so-called dirty diamonds or blood diamonds or conflict diamonds, as they are often known, by growing them in a lab.
Yes, Pure Grown Diamonds, genuine diamonds that are superior quality, and they're highly affordable. They're physically, chemically, and optically identical to mine diamonds. The only difference is their point of origin. Grown diamonds are cultivated above the ground instead of below the ground. Even a jeweler can't tell the difference under a microscope. And then we send our diamonds to world-known independent gemological laboratories for certification, so consumers can shop with confidence that they're receiving the quality of diamond that they're paying for.
Well, tell me a little bit about why you started this and what Amnesty International has discovered in general terms.
Well, you know, this technology comes after 70 years of research and development. It's truly a scientific breakthrough. You know, consumers now have a new choice. Conflict diamonds, as referred to as blood diamonds, do come from the suffering and tears of children as young as 11 years old who are forced into labor, according to Amnesty International. And these diamonds are sold in order to fund armed conflicts and civil wars in some of the mining countries. So Pure Grown Diamonds are cultivated at a state-of-the-art facility, our sister company, 2A Technologies in Singapore. And Singapore and the United States share the same high standards of labor, of health, and of safety. So just as people have become more aware of where their food comes from, we know that consumers will want diamonds that have a guaranteed point of origin.
Well, let me ask you this. How do people know whether they're getting blood diamonds or lab-grown diamonds? How do they make the distinction?
I'm glad you asked that question. During the certification process, the gemological laboratories will laser inscribe the words lab grown and a unique identification number right on the side of the diamond. And then on the certificate that each consumer receives, it has the same lab grown with that identification number, and then it tells the consumers all the same 4 C's of a mine diamond, but it's lab grown, so it's conflict free.
Well, I think this is absolutely fascinating, and I think that if we could come up with a humane alternative to exploiting children, obviously we would want to choose that. Now, what about the environmental impact? Because some people think, well, maybe you're going to use a lot of chemicals to create these lab-grown diamonds. What would you say to that?
Well, really, on the contrary. You know, while mining diamonds has depleted much of the Earth's diamond supply, grown diamonds do not disrupt natural ecosystems. There are no shovels placed in the ground, so there are no massive craters. And then by utilizing a negligible amount of land as compared to mining and excavation needed for diamond mines, the grown diamond process reduces the impact on natural resources, preserving natural resources for future generations. And this saves the earth from future damage and further damage and gives the customer a sustainable choice. And did I mention that grown diamonds are 30 to 40% less money than mined diamonds, so that's a significant savings?
Well, I always feel, as a person who is really involved in the movement of compassion and caring, that love should not be accompanied by a cruelty. And so,
I agree 100%.
yeah, somebody's getting married, I would suggest try to make it a cruelty-free marriage, a cruelty-free wedding, a cruelty-free engagement, and that includes the food and that includes the diamonds. So
you know what, Jane? There should never be a choice between beauty and your conscience. So I agree with you.
well, I think this is a fascinating development. I didn't know anything about it, and I am so delighted to speak with you about this and hopefully
Likewise.
spread the word about lab-grown diamonds. And is there a website if people want to learn more about this? Where can they go?
Sure, they can visit our website, puregrowndiamonds.com, and that'll tell you all about lab-grown diamonds. In fact, pure-grown diamonds are type 2A diamonds, which are very pure and rare in nature. Only 2% of mined diamonds are type 2A, but 100% of pure-grown diamonds, white and pink diamonds, are type 2A. Up until this point, only Elizabeth Taylor in her Krupp ring could afford such a beautiful diamond, but now consumers can afford it for the first time ever, and they have a sustainable choice for the future.
Well, I want to thank you. I wish you the best of luck. And
thank you so much.
I always think that the ultimate beauty is compassion. Jane Velez
Absolutely.
for Jane Unchained.
Thank you, Jane.